Kenzie, and Megan Galbreath. Give them a hand. Thank you. I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Cook. You want to say a few words?
Hey everybody, thank you and welcome to the very first signing ceremony of the 2015-16 school year. These are really special events because we have two awesome athletes, but they also embody what it means to be a student athlete. They've made all of the grades, they've done everything they're supposed to do, kept it right in the classroom, and worked extremely hard outside the classroom as well, on the field and in the pool obviously, to get where they are now. They also got there with some help. So I do want to recognize some folks that are probably here with them today. Every practice they've been to since they were little, and as they've been working at it, they've probably been taken to by their parents. Can we give their parents a round of applause? Now they also got there with a little bit more help. They also had some help from their coaches, Coach Kimball and Coach France. Can we give them a round of applause?
It's a privilege to be up here today with these two fine young ladies, and like Mr. Cook and Coach France said, they are the epitome of student athletes. I brought a note card for the first time because Megan has an impressive list of accomplishments academically as well as athletically, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, Megan has a 5.2 GPA in our IB program. She's the senior class president. She's the vice president of the Model UN. She's in the National Honor Society as well as the French National Honor Society. She's the co-president of Rho Kappa. She's on the math team, and she's also an AP scholar with honors. So this young lady knocks the socks off of everybody in the classroom before she even heads out to the diving boards every day. Which brings me to the story of Megan joining us on the diving boards. Megan was going to be a cheerleader. I'm so glad you missed that meeting. In order to be a cheerleader, you had to attend this mandatory meeting, and unfortunately, Megan didn't attend the meeting, so she couldn't be a cheerleader that season. So I was like, wait a minute, she can tumble, she's a gymnast, how about diving? So I called her down to my room, she came to see me, we talked about diving, she came the next day and said, sure, and then you broke something. She was in a cast. The first time I met her, she comes out to the pool in a cast. Well, that's not the easiest thing to do, is be in a pool with a cast. But she stuck it out. She practiced with the swimmers that night. That was a lot of fun. And then she began her diving career. She was a sophomore. And that year, in just a few short months, she managed not only to learn how to dive, but learn how to dive well enough that she qualified for our state championships and finished 11th her first year diving. So that's quite a feat. You need 11 dives to do that, and to learn those in just 3 short months is kind of tough. So that was pretty neat. And then the next year she comes back, she's like, I like this so much. She dedicated herself to diving permanently and decided that gymnastics wasn't where she wanted to be. So much so that she takes off on the weekends and drives all the way over to Fort Lauderdale to practice with her club diving coach, because there they also have a 1 meter and a 3 meter board. She qualified for nationals, USA Swimming Nationals or USA Diving Nationals, in the 1 meter and the 3 meter. She went to synchronized diving nationals, which means she has to synchronize her diving with somebody else's diving at the same exact time. And then she finished 9th at AAU Nationals that same year. So she has quite a list of accomplishments. In the same year, she also finished 2nd at the state championship, runner-up by just a little. So this year, she wanted to be on the podium. She went out there and she did exactly that. She's a 2-time LCAC, 2-time district, 2-time regional, and now our state champion diver is Megan Galbreath. She is the epitome of what it takes, both these ladies are, the epitome of what it takes to dedicate yourself to be a championship athlete as well as an all-star student. So these student athletes have done such an incredible job, and for them to be Division I, which is the best of the best, athletes is an incredible accomplishment for both of them. And we are so incredibly proud of all that you've done, and I almost made it. Dang it. And we are so incredibly proud of both of them. And we couldn't have done this without all of you and your support. So ladies, if you will pick up your pens, and if you guys will all help me count them down, we're going to count on 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then they'll sign. Cameras in place. Okay, are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Megan, Harvard is incredibly lucky to have you, and we are so sad to see you go. And thank you guys all for coming. We're going to have some cake now. Those of you who are on the swim team and the softball team, please make your way forward along with family and close friends. We have cake.
Still to come on Week News, she won a state championship for her coach, who's fighting for her life. Today, this Cape Coral athlete signed with Harvard. Week Sports is coming up next.
I didn't dive for myself, I dove for her, and I think that's really what made the difference.
An emotional couple weeks for Cape Coral senior diver Megan Galbreath. 3 days before regionals, her coach, Jennifer Panacaro, collapsed from a brain aneurysm. She's still in critical condition. Megan went on to win a region and then state diving title in her coach's honor. Today, the straight-A student and class president signed to dive for Harvard.
She was one of the first people that I called in October, so she does know that, and her husband Jason is here today to support me, and I stop by the hospital almost every day and let her know what's going on in my life and let her know that everything's okay.